Hi, I'm David Camerlengo, General Manager with Unearthed, and I'm here with Felicity Underhill, who is the General Manager for Strategy Execution at Origin Energy. Felicity, welcome. Tell us a little bit about your personal background, industry background here at Origin, and how that's evolved into your role with what you're doing today.
Sure. I've been in the oil and gas industry for about 20 years now, which lets you know how old I am, which is slightly scary. A lot of that was internationally with Shell, based in the Netherlands, and then traveling all around their oil and gas operations, which was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I've been in Origin and Australia now for about 8 years, and that's been very much with Origin's APLNG project, which is an unconventional gas project where we export, sell gas domestically and export gas as LNG to China and Japan mainly. And I've been with that project since it took FID and all the way through the project into now ongoing operations. Over the last couple of years, that's really been focusing on how do we do those ongoing operations in the best way possible. So really looking at, okay, we've done with the project, but we've had our heads down looking at just getting the wells drilled, just getting the wells connected to our downstream processing plant. And now it's really starting to say, okay, how do we do that better? And so last year we set up an innovation team in the upstream part of Origin. We have innovation right across Origin, also in retail and in looking at renewable energy sources as well. But I was looking at our upstream innovation, and that's where we really started to partner, with Unearthed and look out and look for new ways of doing things.
Tell us about that experience. How has it been working with innovators and startups that may not traditionally have come from the resources sector or from your space?
Yeah, listen, it always makes me smile when I talk about it. We started working with Unearthed last year, and it was really just a bit of a fluke. We'd seen doing some searches on the internet to see what was happening across Australia, and saw the work that Unearthed had done with Newcrest and the success in the hackathons there. And I got very jealous and wanted us to have the same sort of success. We first partnered by doing a hackathon here in Brisbane, and it was the first time that the Queensland CSG industry has used hackathons to find a way to solve their problems.
Right. Okay.
And it was the most engaging, energetic and inspiring weekend that we'd had. And I look back at last year and it was just one of the highlights of last year for us. And it was inspiring and engaging for a couple of reasons. One, we think of ourselves as quite a secular business. We have our heads down and we just focus on doing what we have to do. And here were a whole lot of people who had no idea about the CSG business, who were interested in solving those challenges with us. They were there to learn and then come up with solutions, and came there out of sort of their own free will and their own interest as well. So for our mentors who came along for the weekend, that was also hugely engaging, something that they do every day, other people find inspiring as well.
You've talked about so many benefits of working with Unearthed and organisations like ours. What about talents and access to talent? Has it helped open up a new talent pool for Origin?
Yeah, it has. So we identified some great people through the hackathon last year, so much so that we created a winter internship program to be able to bring them in as quickly as possible into our organisation and start working on some live challenges. We've had people move from that winter internship into our normal summer internship program, and then hopefully we'll keep an eye and they'll be able to join through our graduate program as well. We have had access to talent, not just people coming in through the internship or as an employee, but also, as I said, for example, with Modular, knowing who to go to when we had a challenge, and something that was outside of the traditional group of suppliers, but someone who'd be able to respond really quickly to our needs, and being able to identify those people and then see them in action through the hackathon and then the Accelerator made it really easy for us.
Right, great. So what does the future hold then in terms of Origin Energy's external engagement working with Unearthed? We've got a hackathon coming up in July 13th to 15th. You've got some great challenges that you've put forward and being able to source internally. What's next? What's next with Origin?
So the great thing about the hackathon, which is coming up for us on the 13th of July, as you said, is this year we haven't limited ourselves to CSG challenges. We've looked at other parts of Origin, and actually we have a challenge that's come from our generation business as well, which I think makes it much more inviting and engaging for people to come in. There's a broader range of challenges, there's a broader range of applications for whatever solution that they come up with. It also means that it's great for us to work closer together as a business. So, it's an internal driver for us to work more closely across our integrated business. And then there's that external driver that we hope that we will attract more innovators to come to the hackathon because we've got a broader base of challenges. This year, we've actually had to turn people away with challenges. There's been so much interest across the business that we had to really weed out a whole lot so we could just come down to the 2 or 3 challenges that are going to be awesome. And they came from people who are out working on our gas wells every day or working in our processing facilities every day. So these are not challenges that someone sitting in a corporate office has thought up. These are challenges that are going to change the way in which we operate our wells or our processing facilities. So that has huge value for us, both if we get a solution, but also culturally, right? It's showing that we're starting to get through to our people right across our business that there are new ways of doing things and you may as well get in on the ground floor.
Right.
I'm really looking forward to as well being involved in the Accelerator again this year, also from a people perspective. So we had a number of mentors, people from across the business who came in and mentored the teams both through the hackathon weekend but also through the 6 months of the Accelerator. And they all loved the experience. So in an organisation where we've just been through a lot of change and people are starting to look through, what are my development opportunities? What am I going to learn? How do I create my own networks? Being able to be a mentor for a group of startups in your industry is actually a really big selling point. And it's something that I imagine will, again, having to be turning people away because they'll all want to be involved.
Great. Felicity, thank you so much for going through your journey, being so open about everything that's worked, the challenges you had. It's been great to hear it. We're thrilled to have you as a partner, and look forward to having you involved at that next hackathon and the next Accelerator.
Yeah, I can't wait until July and then the Accelerator beyond that.